Hey, I'm in downtown Wyoming, Ohio. This is a really nice area. You got the CSX line right behind me. 2 tracks, directional running. Most of the trains run northbound coming from that direction on this line, except for locals and the trains that come off the Indy sub and a few other exceptions. This is downtown Wyoming. Doing some kind of work here. And there's the Batmobile. There's the tracks right here. Unfortunately, everything's on red, so it's going to take some luck to get something. But on the other side of the tracks, this is a different town over here. It's Laughlin on the other side of the tracks. And this was the one where I showed the water fountain. They had a really nice water fountain right there. A few years ago I filmed it, but it had been vandalized. I filmed it right after it was vandalized. It was a shame because it was a really nice looking water fountain. It's gone now. I mean, it looks better like this than having the vandalized water fountain, but that water fountain was really nice. So this is Laughlin on this side, and Wyoming's on the other side. Let's see if we can get a train. This is pretty historic. Look at this concrete mile marker right next to railroad tracks. That C stands for Cincinnati. 12. So we're 12 miles from Cincinnati. Milepost 12 here. Now the other side of it, the T is for Toledo. 190 miles to Toledo from here. And this is the Toledo sub. Concrete mile marker. They don't make those anymore. But wait, there's more. Finally got a train coming. This is a Norfolk Southern train on the CSX line. Boy, this took a while. I was getting a little discouraged, but finally we got one coming. Let's see what we got. Might be intermodals. Ooh, it's got windy all of a sudden. Sorry about the wind. Those gates go up instantly. There wasn't a whole lot of power on that train, was there? There she goes, around the curve. It'll go through Woodlawn, then it goes to Glendale, and they keep headed north. They'll go through Hamilton. All right, I finally got lucky and got a train here. That was a good one. I was starting to wonder when they were going to run anything. What is this? Looks like they just painted this on here. I guess it's got something to do with the crossing. That was in the train device in my scanner, by the way. That was a long train, not a whole lot of motive power on there. Kind of surprised. I filmed one the other day Norfolk Southern on the same line. It had 5 locomotives, and the train was shorter than this one, although probably 2 or 3 of them weren't running. Anyways, thanks for watching. That was a good one. Wyoming, Ohio.
Milepost 13.5, track main 1, no defect. Repeat, no defect. Total axles 166. Detector out.
There you go. That's it. Milepost, well, it's about 1.5 miles north of here. 13.5, that's the milepost I just went past. And I'm near 12. So there you go. And here's the defect detector at milepost 13.5 in Woodlawn. That's the cabinet. There's the antenna up there. And this is for both of those tracks. It can detect if there's a hot axle or a hot wheel on there. If there's anything dragging, it'll hit those paddles right there. Knock one of those paddles over, and then that'll notify the train. So that's the defect detector. Operates on 160.230. Yeah, they got this community garden right next to the railroad tracks. Look at that. And they got all kinds of plants in there. You got tomato plants and sunflowers and cabbage. But you have to be a resident to get into it because it's got a keypad on there. And they got the bases built up with wood, and they put topsoil in them. It's pretty cool looking though. Hey, here's a good look at the community garden right here, right next to railroad tracks. See, it's fenced in pretty good. I can't get into it, unfortunately. Got beans right there, sunflowers and tomatoes and cabbage and who knows what else. There it is, right next to the railroad tracks.
13.5, track main 2, no defect. Repeat, no defect. Total axles 20. Detector out.
Well, we got a short train coming. Only 20 axles. It's on track 2. That'll be the track to the right, farthest away from me. Still, it's kind of cool though because it's southbound, and this is primarily a northbound line right here. Almost all the trains run north on here except for locals and a few other exceptions. All right, here it comes, coming around the curve here. Got the local. I think they're running long hood forward. So it's just gonna be a short one. Engine and maybe 4 cars. That's about it. But at least it's a train. And it does look pretty cool running long hood forward. Look at that. Gate should kick on at any time. They're just barely moving. They used to use a caboose on this local. I haven't seen that caboose in years. I don't think they're gonna stop. Ah, they stopped. All right, they're moving. Well, that was better than nothing. Wasn't much of a train, but at least it was a train. That was cool. There's a dog. Nice looking doggy. Well, I wish another train would come down through here though. Well, I didn't get very much action up here today, but I've got it clipped. I filmed a couple years ago, just 2 miles north of Wyoming, almost into Glendale at a railroad crossing. So check this out. This train's got 4 locomotives on it. All right, here we go. Wow, it got windy. Finally, I see you. Hey, there's another train coming. I just picked up another one on my scanner. Wow, that was cool. That was a good one. They were really booking through here. Really kicked the wind up too. But the old radio here just picked up another train on track 2. So we got another one coming the same direction. And it was about 2 hours and 20 minutes in between trains. Woo! I didn't know it went that long on this line through Glendale. Usually this track's pretty busy. So there should be another one coming.
Detector, milepost 13.5, track main 2, no defects. Repeat, no defects. Total axles
88 axles. That's not going to be a very long one. 88.
425, no defects.
There you go. They acknowledge the defect detector. So we got another one coming on track 2. 88 axles. But wait, there's more. Let's move up to milepost 15, just up the track in Glendale. 2 trains passing, one right after the other. Here we go.
Detector, milepost 13.5, track main 2, no defects. Repeat, no defects. Total axles 274. Detector out.
Well, it's an intermodal train.
Find that asshole good.
Minus 26813 south on 1, clear, turn road I-141 now.
All right, there you go. That was a good train for all you intermodal train lovers. Had a pretty good day up here in Glendale. I'm getting ready to take off. There might still be something coming here. Whoa, there it is. I heard it on the scanner, I knew it, and there it is. Well, there you go. That's it for me for today. That was a good train. Had DPU on it. Until recently, it was rare to see an intermodal train around this area with the DPU. So that was pretty cool seeing that. Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. Hey, if you have time, watch another video because every view really helps my channel. And I've got all kinds of playlists. I got steam trains, I got street running trains, all kinds of stuff in my playlist. Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you later. Somewhere in Glendale, Ohio. What are you doing there, Chessie? What's up? But wait, there's more. Everybody get your checkup. Look what happens when you don't. They gotta stick you twice. Ouch. Just got back from getting my blood drawn. Hey, Loki. Look at all this water here. Last 2 weeks, it almost filled up the kiddies' pool right there. The little kids' swim pool. That's all rainwater. Both those pools. Loki. There's Loki, wants to play in the water. Look at that live action pet. Wow. He gets airborne. That dog has some energy. Wow, that was cool. Oh, that was a good one. Cool. Good job, Loki. Wow. The live action dog right there. Now he's getting wet. That'll cool him down. It's about 80 degrees, or I don't know, 82 degrees on August the 8th, 2025. That's a funny dog. Meow. Meow. There's the kitty cat. Hi, kitty. That kitty cat. I think the kitty cat's begging for some food right now. Is that what you're doing, kitty? You wanting the good stuff? You want the canned food? Yep, that's what she wants.